All right, let's go over this lesson on why I am moving away from Hush Frame Rafts and into this other clip, which I'll tell you more about. Okay, so first off, why did I decide to move away from Hush Frame Rafts? The reason is that starting this year, so I had put them in a bunch of designs, and as you know, you put things into a design and then you try them out. We tried them out in Nashville actually back this summer, which is when I really started pushing them, and Henry, my contractor, said he liked them, and whatever Henry says he likes, I trust him 100%. And it was great and everything was fine. But then we had our first problem, which was a ceiling failure where the ceiling sagged a little bit. I did take responsibility for that, saying, hey, we should have pushed the Hush Frame Rafts better, more together. But looking back, I realized I'd looked at one of the diagrams in Hush Frame Rafts, which apparently had been outdated, and it still said that it should have held the load that I put on it. So that was the first thing I learned, which is that when you're using the Hush Frame Raft system, you need to over-design. You need to look at, if you're going to hang 2 layers of drywall, potentially make it so you could hold 3. If you want to hold 3, make it so you could hold 4, so that you always have that room for error. And that could have been my fault. But that's something you guys should all know as you're designing these things, is that you need to over-design, especially your ceilings. The second thing that happened is we had another client where they apparently did everything right, but they still heard some sound like stomping through the ceiling. And, I talked with Alan, the owner of Hush Frame Rafts, and we went back and forth about it a lot. And he felt that it was due to the contractor installing them incorrectly, which I agree. I think that's what happened, because based on our design, they definitely should not hear anything. We fixed the problem, but it was not ideal. And I came to the conclusion that one of the main problems I've found with Hush Frame Rafts is that they're very difficult for contractors to install. Unless the contractor is extremely detailed, reads an entire 15-page manual, and understands them inside and out, it's not something that is very intuitive, and there's a lot of places where during the install a failure could happen. And that's not something I like on my side of things as the designer. I want to give the contractors the easiest step forward to sound isolating a system. So that's one of the reasons why I'm moving away from Hush Frame Rafts.